Do you have any idea what it takes to complete the task at hand? You must apply the foundations of cinematography, like a camera in your heart. Your knowledge must flow through your brain and out your mouth like water through a river.
Yes, Stephen?
Miss Smith, what feats must be accomplished to complete this task? You shall have a chorus. You shall express your emotions and feelings through poetry. You shall have Greek elements sprinkled in like flowers in a meadow.
As the weeks went on and fell, the group continued to not work well. As days and nights began to fall, they did nothing at all. For they knew that they'll be disowned if they do not bring an A+ home. They began to panic and procrastinate. It seemed they would, thus is their fate. Failure, deep, dark, depressing failure.
Do we now? We must put a group together that will be sufficient to finish this project. About Asim the Awesome, for he is excellent. And how about Oliver the Absurd? And we need one more. Who shall it be?
My good friend Edward is lacking a party in his quest.
Edward? You mean Edward Shan? Edward Shan the man.
With the plan who can.
Let it be so. Let's go, John.
I have a hunger for food.
We have but yet a single week left on this project, and we have made as much progress as a rock in a rut. And you're thinking of food?
Come on, Stephen. We must think together to conquer this brutal task that lays before us and to decide our final grade for this project.
John, you must type the words that flow from my brain out my mouth and into your ears. And you must type as fast as Apollo's great mighty chariot.
Of course, Stephen. I will accomplish all the tasks that are laid before us, and so that we may conquer this terrible monster of a project.
Why must I repeat myself? This hunger will never cease without the necessary food.
Now let's begin!
First things first, Stephen. We must choose a topic for our film. Our film must include elements of a Greek tragedy.
I propose the idea that we burn down the foundation of the Vikings so that we do not have to endure this perilous journey to unending failure.
No, that idea is preposterous. Even though it is highly favorable, the consequences are immeasurable.
I am but a lowly pawn, so I guess I'll just continue the basic task.
Silence, John!
Plebeian!
I have a solution. We shall use the current shut up, John. We shall use the current problem that we have at hand. This problem is never-ending cycle of pain and suffering from doing this project. It's like the pit of Tartarus.
That's amazing!
Brilliant!
That's brilliant.
The point of irony.
Amazing.
The task was very boring. Many people began snoring. As they went throughout the week, their grade and projects began to look bleak. Once that first obstacle was complete, there were only two left to defeat. They had to act it out, but continued to play about. The last task was to edit, then they would finish it. This job was easy and fine, because only one had to work at a time. They began to show the project in class, but as films went by, theirs looked like trash. They went home and sobbed and cried, because they know they hadn't really tried.
So, Mr. Marbuck, what is the outcome of our project? Wasn't it the most magnificent, fantastic thing you have ever seen? The most dazzling performance that has ever been portrayed on this television screen?
I cannot begin to express how much failure is in this project. It's deeper than the seas of Poseidon and wider than the skies of Zeus.
They all went home and faced their parents alone. Most never arrived the next day. They were in their graves where they were to lay. Stephen was the only one to make it to school because his parents were the only ones that were the most cool.
I'm faced all alone. It's my entire fault. Why couldn't I have saved them? Why must I be the only one bearing the burden of failure? I grieve, I weep, I cry until the tears have run dry. I'm left with no friends, no honor. My life is as empty as the dark corners of space. My heart is still. Why must I be the only one left to roam this horrible land?